until kind of after the stun is gonna run out.
But that's where the Leona would come in, ideally, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a lot then, though, for a single person.
Yeah. But I like the pick. I think Caps
Bad position for Oscar, and he needs 4 minions, 3 more maybe to get that level 6. Flashes away from the public execution, but Skumon comes across, and there's first blood to G2.
Out of the map.
Fnatic don't know that Lebrov is behind them. Now they do. Humanoids use the shockwave. Lebrov needs to get his way out of here. Does still have the flash, has the aftershock as well for a little bit extra tankiness. Drake goes over to Razork. Tangle Barbs will connect.
Really struggling in this match, and as Lebrov shows up, probably will be the kill.
Hexagol made him trying to get away, but the Shield of Daybreak won't be enough for the stun. And there's Broken Blade second. And there are the Grubs. The Glacial Prison going out onto Lebrov. He doesn't have a flash and he doesn't have a hope of surviving. Razork gets Fnatic. Began to really open up the game. So for Fnatic, shouldn't be too worried yet. Mickey flashing away here. Will land the Tangle Bombs onto Skumon. Able to walk away for the moment. Lebrov, though, might be collapsed on as Razork can upset him on their way across. Solar Flare goes wide. Lebrov in the permafrost, taken out by Humanoid.
The top lane matchup by Stan corrected. They're setting their sights on Caps.
Underneath the tower here, Glacial Prison is going to connect. There's a shockwave as well, and Caps is just clapped by Fnatic. G2, so they've had a slight advantage on these early neutrals, but nothing too consequential. A 700 gold lead now for Humanoid in the mid lane.
Lights with him, then he might get one shot.
Razork able to get away across the wall. Solar Flare coming down. Pop Blossom will land a 3-man knocker, but Mickey's already dead. Upset trying to join the phase. He'll jump across towards Broken Blade, who flashes over the wall towards Gromp. Humanoid coming in from the side as well as Broken Blade needs his team to defend it, but with the shockwave pulling him back, Lebrov follows suit. Good blast cone away from Skumon to get himself to safety, but Fnatic went out on the fight on remain a possibility.
It also just, this build melts through towers.
I was just gonna say, with the Grubs, this Trundle, if he ever gets a big tempo lead and can just hit the tower for like 15 seconds, he will destroy any structure that stands in his way.
Krabs trying to survive here with a shooter around, but it's Hun Summer who's locked up in the Hexa ultimatum. Humanoid will take down the bot lane tower while this is happening, so Fnatic find a tower, find a kill, and are looking for a little bit more. Justice Pun's away from the Glacial.
Coming from a weird angle, or just preferably without her at all.
Oh, shockwave onto 2, that's the TP immediately from Broken Blade. Lebrov dies in with the Zenith Blade, but has to walk away. Fnatic now have Broken Blade in the midst of them. Good stun from Lebrov. Humanoid will be able to kill him off, though. Meanwhile, on the top side of the fight, Broken Blade has to retreat. Hexagol made him into the public execution. Broken Blade low. Hero's entrance out as Oscar falls. But so far, 2 for 1 for Fnatic. Razzle continues to chase. Upset, jumping forward, looking for a little bit more, but can't find Skumon.
And Kai'Sa diving onto.
And 2 items as well complete for Upset. Has that Navori Flicker Blades and the...
We'll say that Kai'Sa has went for the on-hit kind of full AD carry build. She went for the Yuntal into now the Infinity Edge.
The tower's already been taken. This will be Fnatic's 3rd of the game. And so we draw ever closer to the respawn of the dragon on this Chem Dragon.
Glacial Prison gonna land here. TP coming out from Broken Blade immediately. Skumon looking for the trade back in, and Razork melts! That's a subjugation if I've ever seen one. Broken Blade looking for a little bit more. It's Mickey going in for that flank. Pop Blossom only onto 2 and onto 2 tanks at that. The public execution onto Humanoid on the back line. Mickey's already dead. Humanoid uses the stopwatch and uses the flash to escape. Explosive shot on Skumon. Hexagol made him going back onto Broken Blade as Oscar tries to trade back in. Broken Blade flashes out. Hun Summer on the front line now has the flash as well. Upset flashes forward. Doesn't quite get the resets. Can't quite get the damage down. G2 walk away with 2.
For a second, I thought we were in Sweden. But Upset, he ran out of mana, so he didn't have the rocket jump to really follow up and secure any kills. This is why Trundle is so good into Sejuani. Like, to walk away with all 5 members alive.
It looks so juicy, you know you have the reset.
Mickey does have the flash about to come off cooldown, but doesn't have it in time. Caught out with the Solar Flare. Lebrov now on the wrong side of the wall, but he can knock back with that Mega Blast Cone. Caps has the TP. He's in the bot lane right now. Honeyfruit's for Lebrov. There's an Artican and a Baron, and Skumon wants the bigger prize.
And I love that we're seeing Trundle come back, because I think this game really highlights the strengths of this champion. Those pillars have caught so many people off guard. The Humanoid level 3, and now the Mickey-Axe again, and the Subjugate. I really love this pick by Skumon, and he also shreds this Baron so fast.
Razork has so much to get in here. The shockwave hits onto Lebrov, but somehow still standing. Razork will take him. The Baron resets planting importantly here for Fnatic. Skumon jumped on the winds of war. Skumon has the flash. They have no vision in the pit right now. Skumon puts a pillar down. Won't get in range to flash. Fnatic secure the prize.
Because the Baron didn't go down as fast as it could, or they wanted, and it didn't really turn properly as well. Here we have two options. Either you finish it or you turn. But I feel like GT did something kind of in between. Labron steps out to try to turn, but the Ambessa ult doesn't connect, and Razork lives for so long, so he's actually able to flash out.
Humanoid connecting that shockwave also, I think, made G2 very indecisive.
Oh, Razork caught out here. In the midst of 5 members of G2, he tries to step forward, public execution onto Humanoid as well, who has no flash. Hansama dives in with the killer instinct and dodges the shockwave. He orders the minions though. There's the hero's entrance coming out. Hansama rooted for the moment as Mickey landed a good pop. Blossom back in, but the Zenith played onto him. Lebrov's still alive. Upset opening up with the big guns, looking for those resets. Oscar in on the baiting in of playing around vision. Broken Blade gets the slow on Razork with the Solar Flare. Only gets a clip onto the edge of the Sejuani. Drake down to 9,000. Mickey with the pop. Blossom landed onto 4. Oscar diving in as well, but there's a public execution on the backline with the hero's entrance following up. Hansama dives on, and Razzle goes down. So does Upset, and G2 have found the fight they've been looking for all series long. Skumon though will die to Humanoid, trying to chase a little bit too far. Mickey trying to escape here as well, but he's still got quite a health bar to work with. Caps on the flank. It looks like it will just be the Dragon for G2. Is Mickey gonna look for more? There's double TP.
I mean, what options does he really have? The Dragon's gonna go down. I mean, he's in enemy territory,
yeah.
And I do not think that there is any way that he can escape to. That's gonna be another kill over to G2.
Behind the pit here, and they need to spot him out. Pop Blossom onto 2 heroes. Entrance coming out as well, and there's no real follow-up from the Pop Blossom. Oscar dived in with Hexagon Maiden, but he's dived into his demise as G2 find 1. Fnatic peel off the Baron and try and get away with their lives, and they'll manage to do so. Razork on the wrong side of the wall, but he escapes. Mickey sending a clone in to spot G2 on the Baron, and once again this game, the team that starts the Baron does not secure it.
I mean, that felt so indecisive from Fnatic. When Mickey ulted, to me, that was their avenue to finish the Baron. That's what they wanted to use it for. And then they turned to fight. And the moment the Galio ultimate arrived, they then immediately disengaged.
A spot in the winners match on the line. Possibility of a ticket, not only to the finals, but to MSI as the public execution goes on to Humanoid. There's the hero's entrance to follow up, and Broken Blade able to dodge away for the moment, but Mickey, Razork, and Humanoid all able to escape. Upset, untouched, unscathed so far in this fight. Mickey dies to the Void Seeker. Oscar on the chase onto Skumon as well. Might continue to go in. Upset jumping forward. Caps on the Brob looking for the flank themselves. Justice punch away. Upset still has his ultimate, has flash, has cleanse. There's all the tools at his disposal to really turn around a team fight. TP towards the bot side from Caps.
G2's just dancing around Fnatic right now. Razork, he's looking, he goes in.
He goes in as soon as he sees Caps flying across his head. Broken Blade though kills off Razork, and Hansama cleans up the rest. He'll find 3. G2 with the Baron buff, but looking not at the Drake, but at the Nexus.
And it's G2 that comes out on top in this series. They constantly find these late game team fights, game after game. They just show that individually they weave around these zones of control, and they just use their spells in a better way than Fnatic.
A 10-1-5 performance from Hansama. The carry comes up clutch once more as they set their sights on the Nexus.
It's a tale as old as time. You can change the words, but you can't change the story. G2 defeat Fnatic.